All right, so we are going to continue our work with understanding of how to divide fractions by using the algorithm. And I'm going to kind of work on balancing a little bit with the modeling just to help build that conceptual understanding. And so our last lesson, we looked at dividing whole numbers by unit fractions. Well, today we're going to be dividing unit fractions by whole numbers, and just non-zero whole numbers means numbers other than zero. So we look at our solve and share. It says, yesterday the cooking club made a pan of lasagna. They left half of the lasagna for 4 members of the photography club to share equally. What fraction of the pan of the lasagna, what fraction of the pan of lasagna did each photography club member get? Solve this problem any way you choose. So we're starting with a half, okay? So if I set up my division problem, it's going to be 1/2 divided by 4. And then I will find my answer in just a second. So I don't have anything here. It's already been eaten. So if I look at what I have left, I have my 1/2 that's remaining. I'm going to take that 1/2 and I'm going to divide it into 4 equal pieces. And when I divide it into 4 equal pieces, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is not going to be 4. It's going to be a fraction part. And so when I look at this, I have to look at my whole. So if I just go ahead and extend out my whole, I look at how many pieces I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And of that, each person is going to get 1 slice. So if I shaded my 1 slice of the lasagna that I would get, that would be what my fraction is going to be. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is my denominator. And then my piece that I get is going to be 1/8. So if you look right there, I have 1/2 divided by 4 equals 1/8. Well, if I go ahead and I use the keep, change, flip algorithm that I showed you guys yesterday, this one stays the same, right? This is my keep. I change this to multiplication and then I flip, right? So it's 4, and how I write a whole number as a fraction is I just put it over 1. So the 1/2 stays the same. I change my division symbol to multiplication, and then I flip. So my 1 now comes on top, my 4 now goes on the bottom, and then I multiply across. So now I have 1/8. So if you look at the model that I did, and you look at how I solved this by doing keep, change, flip, the visual representation hopefully helps you kind of, oh, that's why the algorithm works the way that it works. Alrighty. And so on the look back, it says, what equation can you write to model this problem? Well, we already did that. It's the 1/2 times 1/4 equals 1/8, or 1/2 divided by 4 equals 1/8. Both of those equations or both of those problems would be how I can model it. Alrighty, so if we take a look at your visual learning for today, it says, how can you model dividing a unit fraction by a whole number is essential question. I'm also going to be continuing that work with the keep, change, flip. So half of a pan of cornbread is left over. Anne, Beth, and Chuck are sharing the leftovers equally. What fraction of the original cornbread does each person get? So you can make a drawing to show half of the cornbread. So here's my half, right? This would be the half of the cornbread. In my household, this would be the half that Josh ate. And then this would be what I would have left over to eat. And I'd have to share that with Caleb. So Anne, Beth, and Chuck are sharing the leftovers equally. What fraction of the original cornbread does each person get? So I'm going to write my equation. So I'm going to always start by setting up that equation. Let's go with that color. So I have 1/2 of a cornbread, and I'm dividing that among 3 people. And so if you look here, my division has already been done. There's a slice. There's a slice. So I have 1, 2, 3. But I have to look at what I had with the original amount. So I'm going to go ahead and extend that out. And so now I look at my new denominator. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my new denominator is going to be 6. And each person is going to get one of those. So it's going to be 1/6. This is what it looks like when I do the keep, change, flip. So 1/2 stays the same. The division symbol changes to multiplication, and then the 3 changes to 1/3, because remember we write that 3 over 1. And so when I do that, I end up with 1/6. So that is how showing you how that algorithm is working. And so you can see I did the model, I did the B the one way. Another way would be to use that number line where I shaded that half into 3 equal parts, and then each person would get 1/6 of it. All right, so in the example above, how is dividing by 3 the same as multiplying by 1/3? So we talked a little bit about this yesterday, that the 1/3 and 3 are what's called that reciprocal. So they're where I multiply them together. So if I do 1/3 times 3 over 1, I end up with 1. So remember, reciprocal, when I multiply them together, I get 1. So when I divide by 3 and I multiply by 1/3, I am going to be separating. So for both of them, for 1/3 and 3, I'm going to be separating into 3 equal parts. And so that's why it works the way that it works, because it's going to be separating into 3 equal parts. Whether I multiply 1/3 or I divide by 3, because they're reciprocal, I'm separating into 3 equal parts. All right. So moving into your guided practice. It says in the example at the top of page 552, suppose that 4 people were sharing half the cornbread equally. So we go back to that original image. So I have half of my cornbread. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my pan, and I only have half of my cornbread. Okay, so this is the half that I have. That's the half that's left. This is the half that has already been eaten. So I have my 1/2, and now I'm dividing it by 4. And when I divide it by 4, so I'm going to go ahead and divide it by 4. I'm going to change colors so you can see the division a little bit easier. There's my first division. There's my second division. There's my third division. Again, not perfectly equal. That's okay. It's a visual representation. It doesn't have to be perfect. So now I look at my denominator. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I look at the 8, and then one person is going to get that amount. So my answer is going to be 1/8. When I look at this using the keep, change, flip, the 1/2 stays the same. I change the division symbol to multiplication, and I flip the 4 to become 1/4. And when I do that, I end up getting 1/8. All right, so if we take a look at number 2, it says when you divide a unit fraction, so when I divide by 1/2 by a non-zero whole number, will the quotient, my answer, be greater than or less than the unit fraction? Well, let's take a look. Is 1/8 less than 1/2? Yes, it is. Was 1/6, right? We had 1/3, or we had 1/2 divided by 3, and I got 1/6. Was that less than my original unit fraction? Yes. So my answer is going to be less than. So it's going to be less than the unit fraction. All right. So in 3 through 6, we're going to find each quotient. We're going to use picture or objects to help. I'm going to also continue to show you the keep, change, flip. So I'm going to do 1/4 divided by 2. So here's the nice thing. I have 1/4, and I'm going to divide it by 2. And so when I divide it by 2, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my 1/4, I'm going to divide it in half, and I'm going to see how many pieces I have. So when I divide it into half, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is my new denominator. And each person is getting 1. If I think about it in terms of person, is getting 1. So my answer is going to be 1/8. If I do keep, change, flip, so I do 1/4 divided by 2, it becomes 1/4 times 1/2, right? Because I write the 2 over 1, I end up with 1/8. Alrighty, let's look at your next one. So I have 1/4 divided by 4. So what I could do here is I could go and I could divide these into fourths. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And when I look at how many pieces I have, if I do that, I have 16 pieces. And because it's 1/4, it's now 1/16. So again, showing you the keep, change, flip, it becomes 1/4 times 1/4, which would be 1/16. All right. 1/2 divided by 2. So if I look here, 1/2, I'm only going to be doing this one, and I'm going to divide them by 2. I end up with now 1, 2, 3. Let me draw my arrow so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So I end up with 1/4. So if again, 1/2 times 1/2, doing that keep change flip equals 1/4 because it was 1/2 divided by 2. I write that over 1 and do my keep change flip. Okay. 1/2 divided by 4. So now I'm still using this one, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to divide them into 4 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 1/2, right? I write this over 1 times 1/4. And when I do that, I end up with, let's count the number of pieces I have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 pieces, and each person's going to get 1. And if I look here in my multiplication, 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 4 is going to be 8. Right, so you are going to go ahead and do, I would like for you to do all of 7 through 14 today. So we're going to do 7 through 14 all. And then for your independent practice, I would like for you to do problem number 15. You can use the number line to help you, but you don't have to. You can do problem number 16. I would like for you then to do 20 and 21. So those are the problems that I would like for you to do today on your independent practice. And remember, you can do that keep, change, flip to where that first number stays the same. I change this symbol to multiplication, and then 3, I would write it as 1/3. So let me just come back up here. So 1/2 I would keep. I would change this to multiplication, and then the 5 would become 1/5 because I can write it as 5/1. So keep, change, flip. Or if you would like to use a picture or the number line to help you, you may use the picture and number line to help you.